Well, hello YouTube and everybody out there tuning in. Thanks for joining us on So You Want to Be a Trader for another log and a quick rundown of the week that has been. I hope you've had a great week. It's been nice here seeing the weather slightly warm up again, kind of coaxing us outside, even if we do have to wear masks here in Victoria, even on the border. But it's kind of nice to see some of the cold weather be shaken off. I think we've got a little bit more in store before we keep going. But anyway, it's been another week of grinding away. And before we get underway, just wanted to throw out our disclaimer that this is not personal or general financial advice of any kind, and we don't take any liability for any losses or really any wins that may be incurred by following any of the advice or the actions on this channel. So with that out of the way, let's get into it. This week we're going to switch over to our trading game, and really I've got a couple of things to show you with the trading game at this point. My situation kind of went slightly backwards, I guess. Sophia, I don't think that she's actually put any more kind of cash onto her total, so it's been a little bit of a slow week in the trading game. Benjamino Filipino has really got his foot in above that that reset mark, that 5,000. It's taken him quite a while, but he has grounded out and he is above the 5,000. So good on him. The standings still stay the same. Anyone looking to play the trading game, go and check out the link in the description below. And by all means, friend us and jump on our little leaderboard. Now, I also want to show you something else. And like this, I just took before. So this is, I don't want to say that, I'm annoyed or complaining about the this game, which is a free game and it's pretty cool. But we can see right here, I have taken a position on the Aussie Japanese yen and it has crossed the stop loss line. Now that stop loss was put in place as soon as I took out the trade, and it went well above the stop loss, so that just didn't trigger. And I think I went in on the smaller charts and counted that it had crossed maybe a dozen times, so it just hasn't triggered. It looks like it's on its way back down now, so as soon as it kind of hits around that stop loss mark, if I'm on the app, I will close that one off and away we go. But I've been pretty quiet on the app at the moment. We've seen a few bugs coming through. It may need a little bit of an update, I'm not too sure, but definitely I think in my last video took out a trade and it stopped me out immediately. I think it was a silver trade and took above my initial investment. So I think I invested 3,000 and it took 4,000 straight away. So we've had a few bugs, which is a little bit disappointing. But, we're still kind of holding on to our initial, so not too upset. Anyway, away from the trading game, we want to get into our actual trades. We did have one this week, and we had today, it was on the Aussie Swiss here. So today, and this is the last candle because it closed at 7 o'clock. AM my time, Australian Eastern Standard Time. We took out a trade here and we took it out yesterday, got a signal to go short, and then straight away we got an exit signal straight here. So we are out of that trade straight away, and we made a small loss. So we go down here, I think it was $30. So that's fine. We're still following our strategy. We actually made a trade, forward testing. We're still checking our EVZ, and it is above that 7.5 mark. So it's just kind of hovering at the moment. We saw a real dip here. That was last week. So it's still kind of going sideways. We'll see what kind of happens there. Our news, there's not too much happening. A little bit of Euro news. We had monetary policy meeting, which isn't one of those major ones for the no-nonsense Forex traders out there. And we are following the no-nonsense Forex trading philosophy on here. So anyone wanting to check that out, check out the description below. Now, after finding that wonderful channel last week, I haven't had a chance to kind of put any of it together just yet, but we are still testing our indicators, and we had a really good occurrence. These are the indicators that we tested. So another 10. We went through the MACD, zero lag MACD, impulse MACD, MA mirror, KUSKUS S plus moving average, AAS, top trend, TRIX, TMMs bar, TMMs bar, I don't know. This one stood out because that is the first one that has ended in the positive, the impulse MACD. And it really just by itself on default performed fairly well. We had and I'm testing over a 2-year span, so a 29.33% return across these pairs. So that's 15% across for each year on average. And our drawdown was really good too. Like we had an average of 8.44% drawdown. Now it's a really slow indicator. One of the slower ones that I've tested. So 376 trades across 2 years. So we're getting maybe one every 2 days. This one was another one, top trend here, which actually finished in the positive. So crazy that we actually found 2 indicators that ended in the positive. This one was another really slow indicator, slower than the impulse MACD, but still a low drawdown. We had a 5% return over the 2 years. So those guys are out in front as really performing indicators. Now, I know that we were talking about, what were we up here? There was the, where is it? The RVI did pretty well. Now that was a really pretty fast indicator at 1584. We also had not the force index. This one here, FX Sniper VS, which was 556. So still a little bit quicker than our impulse MACD. So this one's really interesting. I'm really interested in putting that through the testers that ANZ or ANZ has made on his channel. And if you missed last week's video and are looking for a way to use the NNFX algo tester and also collate the optimization data, he's got a fantastic little method, and he's got all the setup with it as well. So I'm really looking forward to jumping into that. We did start this testing method, so we're going to see it through, and I think that this next week is going to be the last week of actually doing it because we're at the TMMs bar, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We might just go through and do all like 11 just to get through all of our main confirmations, just to say, okay, we've actually tested them on a default setting with everything kind of enabled. So we've still got all of our kind of standard entries, and we've got all of this is on default, all of it. So if you look at ANZ's channel, he actually does it under different settings, which I think is pretty crucial. But forward testing, always the key. So yeah, it's kind of getting there. It's great to find a couple of indicators that actually came out in the positive just by themselves. So I'm interested to see how these guys optimize. I'm really looking forward to hopefully building this little machine I've got to go out and get a virtual machine and learn how to use that because this algorithm tester does have a couple of bugs when the computer's multitasking, and I hope that my computer's powerful enough to do it. G'day Benjamino, I see he's joined the live chat, just looked up there, so congratulations on getting a foothold on that 5,000 in the trading game. Yeah, it's been great. We're still continuing. We're going to grind through this week of this testing so that we actually went through all of the default tests, and then go through and build this optimization machine. And we'll probably go back through and redo all of these in the method that ANZ or ANZ has done, just to kind of have a bit of a look at the differences between my test results and what his method kind of throws out. And it'll be interesting to put something together from that and maybe forward test that formula too, because we do have our current algorithm here, which I'm testing with the dual ulcer water atar Rex oscillator using the ATR as well, of course. So we don't have a baseline or a second confirmation indicator here. We're just using a main confirmation C1, a volume indicator, an exit indicator as well. So missing that baseline and second confirmation indicator, but this one tested fairly well. So, and forward testing right now, we are in the positive. So yeah, we'll keep grinding away, guys. By all means, throw any questions or any comments this way. It's a long journey, and we're doing it bit by bit, and just make sure we put one foot in front of the other. So we'll check in again next week and let you know how the week's gone. Have a good one, guys. We'll continue to go get it.